He said eye contact could unalive him. My brother Ethan was always kind of off, not in a scary way, just weird. He'd hum to rocks, name his socks, say stuff like, "Don't touch my aura," but when he hit 14, he read some crackpot book on energy vampires, and boom, something inside him snapped. He declared eye contact was soul theft. Eye contact. Overnight, he started wearing sunglasses indoors. Wouldn't let anyone look at him directly. At first, it was just bizarre, something we joked about, but then it turned into house rules. By the time I was 12 and he was 16, he held a full-on family meeting to announce his new doctrine. No one was allowed to look at him, not even a glance. We had to close our eyes if we spoke to him. If you slipped up, that was soul murder. No joke. He made laminated cards that outlined non-viewing protocols and left them around the house like safety instructions on airplanes. My mom tried to talk him down once. He screamed at her for psychically stabbing him through the eyes. My dad, he surrendered on day 2, said, "It's not worth the drama," and started cooking with his eyes closed. We were all stumbling around blind when Ethan was nearby, like we'd joined a cult, and he was the entire religion. And me? I got the worst of it. If I looked at him, even once, he enforced energy repayments. One time he made me stand in a salt circle for 3 hours while he chanted nonsense and waved a crystal. Another time, he made me write a 12-page essay on respecting psychic boundaries. He installed motion sensors that shrieked if someone walked by with their eyes open. I had to announce myself before entering a room. Then wait, eyes closed, until he gave the all clear. It was insane. Friends stopped coming over after one accused him of being a vampire as a joke, and Ethan collapsed, crying about life force leakage. School, same mess. He got permission to sit facing the wall. If a teacher accidentally made eye contact, he'd drop to the floor, screaming about spiritual hemorrhaging. The school counselor called my parents once. Ethan told them she blasted his chakras open with her stare. They backed off. When I started dating a guy named Noah in 10th grade, I swore Ethan wouldn't ruin it. At Noah's place, I could act normal, laugh, make eye contact, breathe. But when I finally brought Noah over for dinner, I warned him about the "don't look at Ethan" rule. He tried, he really did. But when he passed the potatoes, he glanced up, just for a second. Ethan dropped his fork and started shrieking like someone set him on fire. Said Noah had fractured his soul's membrane. I snapped. For 2 weeks straight, I stared at him. Breakfast? Eye contact. Passing him in the hallway? Eye contact. I thought if I pushed hard enough, he'd see how ridiculous it was. Maybe even stop. Nope, he escalated. He started wearing a helmet lined with blackout curtains, carried a fog machine around to conceal his form, set up mirrors and screens to block accidental glances. Then he declared my gaze lethal and convinced my parents to ground me for psychic attacks. It got darker. He started locking my eyelids shut while I slept. He hired people, actual strangers from forums, to follow me, make sure I wasn't secretly looking at him. Installed security cameras around the house to catch visual violations. Then my parents left town for a week. That's when everything snapped. He locked me in my room, no phone, no laptop. He told me, calmly, that he found an ancient ritual to protect his energy, and it involved removing my eyes. Yeah, he was dead serious. I heard him dragging something heavy upstairs. Checked the door, locked. Windows, boarded. I started panicking, trying to pry the boards off. Then I remembered the air vent. With shaking hands and a pen, I unscrewed the grate and pulled it off just as Ethan opened the door. I dove in. He followed. Crawling through the vent, metal scraping my skin, I reached a grate above the stairs and kicked it loose. Fell through and hit the floor hard. Got up fast, heart in my throat, but every window was boarded, the door padlocked. Ethan stood at the top of the stairs in his blackout helmet, calm. He said I'd left him no choice, that he had to defend his life force. I grabbed a kitchen knife. He didn't even flinch, just said, "Violence only proves my point," so I held the knife to myself. Click the full story to see what happened next.